Hi everybody, welcome back to my crafty desk. My name is Sandra and I am very excited today because I found my grungy coffee dyed wax papers so these are the papers that sit underneath my coffee dyeing expeditions. So and I save them and I just reused them and reused them. So when I first started off in the junk journal world, I just didn't have very much money to spend, and I would so I had some really good, well, I stole it out of my husband's stuff. He's a hunter, so he's got like really good wax paper for wrapping the meats and things like that. So I went and I robbed his stuff a lot, and I would go out to a shop and I'd rob his tools. I'd rob everything. So, you know, it's just a little robber there. Anyhow, so I would reuse it and reuse it. So this is really good heavy duty wax paper here. Here is my dollar store wax paper. And I would just reuse these and reuse these. I have stencils because I would use my stencils to copy dye on my kitchen counter. And so there's all kinds of stuff. So I saved them, and like, can you hear? Doesn't that sound amazing? If you are not a crunchy listener, if you don't like that, this is probably not going to be the video for you. But I would highly recommend, if you like seeing this, just turn your volume off, because the stuff that I'm going to show you is amazing, like amazing. So here it is, and I've been hoarding this because it's a lot for me to use. So I'm thinking this is going to be some stuff I might be parting with. Not all of it, not all of it, but quite a bit of it, because this is the length of my counter that I would do. So this is folded in half, and we're gonna go, I'll just run it right underneath. This is a piece that is folded in half. Could you imagine? Like that was my counter space, the length of it. I'm gonna open it up so you can see the impression. So I would coffee dye for a week at a time, and then I would let everything dry, and then I would just simply roll these up. I mean, this is my wax paper. This is the cheap wax paper right here that you're seeing. I would just roll these up and then bring them back out when I was ready to coffee dye again. So this is coffee dye on top of coffee dye on top of coffee dye. This is the back side. So I just wanted to show you a cheaper wax paper on both sides. I didn't have to go and rob my husband because this is beautiful and it's on both sides. Now, I mean, I don't think I can write on it because it's waxy on both sides. I really don't know. But you know, it can be for art paper. It can be for backdrop paper. It can be, you can put gesso on it, clear gesso. I don't have any clear gesso. I do need to buy some. I will one day. You know, like I said, when I go to the craft stores, I have to pick and choose what I want. I usually have a budget that I have saved up and I can work within, and then I have to see what it is that I really love there and if it's on sale or not on sale. And then I don't always get to go to the craft store on every trip I make to the city. Since all of my grandkids, except 3 of them, live in the city, in the big city, we go there often, so that's more often than I can go to a craft store. When we used to only go, you know, 2 or 3 times a year, then it was like, we hit that craft store every time. I'm a shopper. I like to look, touch, and see. I do shop a lot online. Now this is the heavier duty wax paper. So with this, because it's the butcher paper. That's what it is. It's butcher paper, not wax paper. It's waxy on one side, and it's regular paper on the other side. That's what I robbed my husband. I robbed the butcher paper. So on this side, we have all this wonderful grungy coffee dye. Look at all of it. I mean, isn't that amazing? It's gorgeous. And you can write on it. So I guess I should write on it to see. Let's see how good it writes, because you know it is coffee, so it could stop. So I'm just going to take just a regular Sharpie gel pen, 0.7, and let's just see how lovely this is. Oh yeah, it writes nice. Yeah, it's not stopping. It's not like skipping or anything like that. Okay, so we know it's gonna write. It's lovely. I don't think I spelled lovely right, but that's okay. This is the waxy side, so that's not gonna write, but will it write with a Sharpie? Let's just see. Sharpie. And give it a quick little blow. Okay, and then sneak. All right, so there you have it. Did a little tester there. Now I know too. But will we remember? So I have that piece and that little piece. I mean, this is just fabulous. Now, I bet you, now you can see why I was like, I just have to show this to you. It's just, look at all the different stencils that I've used. And this is what I do. So I just lay the stencils down. And this stencil is, there's always a piece of paper, There's always a piece of paper and then a stencil and then a piece of paper. That's how I do it, because I'm gonna get a really good impression with one of them on one of those papers, like a secondary impression with the other paper, and then sometimes it goes through to a little bit on the other ones. But you know, I just try to get more, I get as much bang from a buck as I can. So that's the one side of that. That's the porous side, so that's the butcher paper porous side. And then, but it also went through onto the shiny side. So, and isn't it gorgeous? Like it has like almost like a pearly, it's like a pearl. I don't know if the camera picks that up. I'm gonna move it around a little bit. I know it's lighting that's hitting it, but it actually does take on a little bit of that pearly look. It's really lovely. It's like it knew that the gold and pearl was gonna come back and be popular again, so. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna try and fold that right. So, like I said, I used it over and over and over again, so some of it's kind of crinkly because it's like overdone, just over grungy. And I know I've said in the past that I'm not like a super grungy like maker, because I just don't know what it is. I love it. I love it. I love watching it. I love looking at it. I just, for whatever reason, have a hard time designing and decorating and creating with it. But I feel like this is because it's see-through, maybe, I don't know, or because of the crunchiness, I don't know. I feel like hopefully it's gonna be something I can work with also. But again, I have way more than I can ever use. So what is that, like a 12-inch square there? You can kind of see, like, I probably had more stencils than I knew. Now, when I said, I mean, more spaces, like more than 13 papers across. So, and I had a row, I had 3. I went all the way to the edge, 1, 2, and then 3. I could get down on my counter. So that was my dyeing space. I used up the whole counter. So the drawing, as they were drying, I was putting more down. Then that's when I took all the papers, and they were everywhere. They were on top of the toaster. I mean, I had racks, and I had them on the racks, under the racks, on the toaster, on the bread box. I had them on the coffee pot. I had them all over the, all my coffee mixtures and stuff was on the stove top. And then everything else was everywhere else. The entire table was covered. Since it's just me and my husband, I didn't have to worry about using the table for anybody else, because we just, you know, it's just us. So we just sit in the living room and watch TV and eat our dinner. So the table is just like a, you know, a crafting spot for me, I guess. I feel like if I'm doing it like this, you can see both sides. Isn't that lovely? It's so great. Crystallized coffee, lovely. So this one looks like it needs some extra love. I don't think, this must have been one of the newest batches I was doing, and I used some new paper. So this one I feel like can go over into my new station, or my new coffee, for when I'm doing more coffee dyes. This definitely needs more work. And if I don't love it, or if it's not perfect, you can hear that crunchy, I can use that on the inside of my covers and my journals, or I can use it, I can sew a piece of paper. So let me show you. So like, say I want a piece of paper, I can just sew that on my paper, and then I can have like a shiny paper or a shiny pocket, a just a little bit on there, and then I can have the paper, and then the paper will be on the other side too. Does that make sense? I think so. I think it makes sense to me. Or I can take tracing paper and I can put it on both sides, and then I still see this through. I mean, I can do whatever I want. Just practice and try and things like that. So here's some more papers. This is, what is this? This is the paper, parchment. This is parchment paper. So I was using this, I was just like, I don't know why I was using this or what I was doing with it, but it was just part of laying papers down. And that's the same thing. That just ended up getting, I think I just coffee dyed the whole thing. It was picking it up, and this had the mats on it. You can see those little squares. It had that placemat that I showed you in the coffee dyeing video, the first coffee dye video that I did. And I was showing you some stuff. So, and that's the back side of those. Here's that plastic grid that I showed you in the first coffee dye video that I did. That plastic mesh grid where you can, you know, sew your threads through. So that's this one. Isn't that cool? I like that one too. I like them all. Anyhow, so I just thought I would give you a little show and peek at that. And then I also thought, wouldn't this be fun to stamp on and see what kind of stamps I can get on this. I really want to see if my Stays On, since Stays On just about everything so far, I wanted to see if Stays On would work on this. So let's give that a shot while we're on here, because that is one of the things I really want to do. And we know that I need a little cushion underneath, don't I? So where am I going to get my cushion? For that is, where did I do with it? Well, I'm never prepared, am I? Here we go. This is what I've been looking for. I knew I had a big spongy thing, so I want to see how that's going to work with the Stays On. Okay, let's do this one right here. Get a couple of these. Let's get a couple stamps here. Stampin' Up. This is 97, Stampin' Up. I'm guessing this goes in this bunch here. Oh, there it is. It's barely you can see it. Stampin' Up 97. And this one is, distributed Momenta 2018. I feel like I got this at Hobby Lobby. So anyways, let's get to it. So we'll do I have only 3 colors that I like to work with. Oh, I have a purple in here somewhere, dang it, but okay, let's just do this first. We'll go Stays On. Now this is the cheap coffee dye, this is the cheap wax paper. And I really wanted to do on, well, anywhere really, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That came out pretty nice. That's the black one. No, it's not. It's the midnight blue. Wait. No. It's the brown one. Oh my. Oh my. What is that? Oh my Lanta. Is that how you say it? So the other thing I brought over to start to do some stamping on, I wanted to show you are these receipt rolls. So at thrift stores, a lot of thrift stores have these, or any store that you know that has that have changed their POS system or different whatever they're doing. If they're just doing it, they may have a lot of this in backstock. So these rolls aren't cheap. So people, even if they change their system, they have a hard time throwing them away because they spent so much money on them, you know. So you might want to try asking them if they have any that they just want to get rid of real cheap or for free, and that you would make, and maybe you could make them something in exchange if they wanted money for it, you know. So I just thought these are fun to stamp on. They pick up ink well, and you can use, I've used different inks on these, but I do like this one. I got these rolls from a really good friend of mine, Colleen, well, a few years back, and I haven't used them yet. So that's the, is that really the blue? It just doesn't ever that never looks blue to me, but it says it's midnight blue. That looks like blue. That looks like blue. That does not look like blue. I wonder if when it dries, if it looks like blue. Midnight blue. Let's see the difference between that and the black. So let's do Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And we'll go one on there. So the black just doesn't come as, it's not very, although I feel like maybe it's not as juicy as that blue one. Maybe that's the issue. Who knows? Let's move that over there. Let's get this one down. Okay. So yeah, that blue one's just really juicy, I think. Maybe if I did it again and I didn't press it in so deep, heavy-handed, if it would be a little bit, maybe I'd get more. Where's my wipey? Did anybody see where I put that? Good night. Okay, let's try that midnight blue again with this one and see. And maybe if I just, you know, give it a little rub. Sometimes I just gotta be a little more gentle. Well, I'm definitely can see the blue now. Okay, I think that's what it was. I think it was, once again, operator error, so. I wonder if that's how my kids felt growing up. I blamed them for everything. I'm just kidding. Ah! Oh, you can really see it when you get lighter. You can see the blue. And, well, so that's like 4. So that thing is juicy. And 5. Okay. All right, I think we are now done with that. So let's put that one. Let's try this one. I wanted to try this brown color also and see how it came out. We'll just, now that I know how to get the ink on there. Okay. You made my day. Well, it's not my favorite stamp though. I feel like this is more for like a sentiment, like if I'm doing somebody's card, which I do not like making cards, but they're not my favorite. But I kind of want that. Let's try a different one. Let's see. This one, Delight in Life. I like that saying. 2007 Stampin' Up. Delight in Life. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I guess I'm done with that one for a second here. I kind of want to check those other papers and see, but before I move on to the other papers, I wanted to try my archival ink and see if I like this one. If it stays, I mean, not see if I like it. I know I like it. I want to see if it goes on this paper. So archival. Okay, it's showing up on the, I mean, it's light. And this is the color watering can. I believe. I just want to see. See, it's smudgy. I think this is wet still, so I don't want to do that. That's the, but this one is not wet. See, and that's not smudgy. That's the stays on ink. So I know that's not gonna work. I know if the archival ink is gonna smear, I know all the other inks that I have are gonna smear because they are definitely water activated and they're not waterproof. So this says permanent waterproof though, but this is not very porous. However, this is not the only one we have. So let me cut this off real quick. Ooh, that's nice because like wrapping paper. Let's grab one of these Oh, and there, everybody flew. Okay, so I would like to see, maybe I'll just cut a piece of this off. And then we'll take this one and we'll set that one aside. Go with the flow of that one there. Let me get that down. So we know the porous side it's going to stamp on, so that's not the side that we want to worry about. We want to go on to here. So this is the brown, and let's get another one. Let's get somebody different. Who else wants to play over here? I guess I gotta make a decision. That one say? I don't want that one either. Let's try this word journal. I don't think I like the way it's stamped. I think it's really fat. Oh, I just went so heavy-handed. Okay. It's not too bad. We'll see if it stays. That's secondary, or yeah, second. And let's get that one. So there's the brown. Oh, I guess I should cover that up. Hello. Whoops. Oh, see, juicy, juicy. So let me do this one over here. Okay. Oh, look what I just did. I'm so rough with everything. All right. It's an old stamp though, so I guess I don't have to take all the credit of destruction on that one. This is still not closed. Slow down. This one's jet black. Let's see. Gonna have to use a glue, one of my glues, and get that baby down. So this one's not that juicy, so let's try. Oops. Yeah, I like it. What do you think? So this is on the shiny side. We know it's going to go on the other side, so I'm not even going to worry about that one. And now we have some really cool pieces to pull off and use. So, I don't know if it's dry yet. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if that one's dry. I don't want to mess with it. That one wasn't dry. I just wanted to see how bad it would smear. So now let's take a wet one and see. Because it's coffee-like. Was that going to come off? So I guess it comes off. It's shiny, so it's like a whiteboard. Even with the marker, even with the stays on. Did you see that? It vanished right before our eyes. So that could be good or it could be bad. We don't know. Depends on what's happening on your paper, I guess. Okay, magic. So we have that one, and let's see. And then we have this strip. So what I really wanted to do is show you this. This is pretty cool. This paper also can be coffee dyed. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my coffee dye paintbrush. And coming back. Sorry about that. This was a last minute thought. So, oh, and hello. I need some wax paper under there. Let's try this. It's nice, so it's gonna stay because it stays on. I did I not put any of the, archival ink on this? I don't know. But archival ink says it's waterproof, so I wonder. Oh, look it. See that? Was that the... Nope, that was the stays on ink. Well, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me as long as it blends a little bit. I don't want it to be like saying uh-oh or whatever it's supposed to say twice. I just want the one. Just want the one. I don't mind if a little bit of the blue goes around, but I don't want a ton of it. So now I want to see. Let's take this piece and set that over there and let it dry. We'll grab another piece of this and try. I want to see what the archival ink. And let's go. Okay, we have first and second generation. Let's do that one. Let's do the watering can. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go first and then second generation. Anybody that doesn't know what second generation means, it's just exactly what I'm doing. It's the first stamp is the first, second stamp is the second, and then so on. And so then we're going to use the black of the archival ink and see. So we'll go first and then second generation. I didn't press very hard, so that's why you got white. I got some white spots, but that's okay. Now, I want to make sure these are dry. Oh, that one's not dry. That one's not dry. So we'll have to go a little slow. Let's see. But basically, I just wanted to see what's going to happen here. So let's try these ones. It says it's waterproof. I mean, I know technically I'm using coffee, but still, I mean, I would think it's the same concept, right? Liquid. I guess it doesn't say liquid proof, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. It says waterproof. Do we have to be that clear, though? I mean, okay. I feel like we don't. Okay. So now, I will tell you, I probably will never remember. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take my pen, this one, I'll just take this one, and I'm just going to write on here, tester. Okay, tester. And this is archival ink. With coffee. Infused with coffee. It's archival and infused with coffee. How's that? Okay, and then these ones are stays on, so I'm just going to write on here. Geez, S-T-A-Z. Oh, we got to go like that, right? Got to do it right, and then on. Stays on. Okay, all right. So there we go. I did a couple little testers. I got coffee everywhere. That's great. And so did a little bit of that, and I'll clean that up later. And then showcasing some of this amazing coffee dye paper, endless and stamping. We can stamp on both sides. So the cheaper the wax paper, or the cheap wax, or regular wax paper, I guess. This is my dollar store wax paper. It stamps and writes on both sides, and it's shiny. Did I do writing on this? I don't think I did. So let me make sure before I put my name on it. Let's put in before I put my name on it. We'll do it and see. It should. Yeah, this is just a gel pen. Just a gel pen. There you go. There you have it. So tell me what you think. I really love this stuff. I had fun doing this with you. I hope you enjoyed it just as much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends. Sorry, I had a little bleep on my camera. I will now say goodbye. Have a great day.